Stoicism is an ancient Greek philosophy which is known for its practicality in an average everyday life. Recently, I've been practicing some of the famous Stoic ideas, and today I want to share 3 of those Stoic practices that have helped me to become more tranquil and happy. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Marcus Aurelius. This first Stoic practice really helped me to deal with anxiety, rude people, and uncontrollable events. It pretty much means that our reaction towards the situation matters much more than the situation itself. Let me give you an example. I was driving to meet up with my friend and there was a big traffic jam because there were people going from work back to their homes. Instead of getting mad that it will take me much longer to reach my destination, I realized that this is a situation which is outside my control. What difference will it make if I start to complain and be angry? The traffic won't move any faster and I will just end up using my mental energy for nothing. So I just started enjoying the present moment. I started listening to music with more pleasure. I started to just be grateful that I even own a car and I don't need to walk 15 kilometers to my friend. I think that this practice makes me a happier person every day because it really helps to deal with the annoying little situations during my day and life. If I try to control those situations, it will add up to negative mental energy, which in long term is not that good for me. You can even notice and learn this Stoic practice from others. For example, in my work area, there are people who are constantly complaining about how long they still have to work and how they just want to go home faster and stuff like that. You can observe people from your life that act this way and you can see from their faces and physical appearance how this type of thinking affects them. In these situations, you can do 2 things. The first one is to explain them that they should enjoy every moment of their lives, because to wish that the day is over and for tomorrow to come faster is foolish. As Seneca said, the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. If they don't listen to you and don't understand, that means that there's no point of getting mad and trying to explain yourself 100 times of why this is true. Other people and their opinions are out of your control. You can try to influence them and help them, but if it doesn't work, you should just shut up and rather than being angry, feel sorry for them as they will not acquire the power which you have, which is to control your mind and behavior in uncontrollable situations. This leads me to the second practice. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Marcus Aurelius. This practice is similar to the first one. It is about not caring what others have to say about you. People and their opinions about you, about your life, are out of your control, so you don't need to worry about it. Of course, it is easier said than done, but with practice, every time somebody expresses their opinion about you, it will get easier and easier to catch your thoughts and realize that what they are saying is out of your control. I started to notice that people's opinions always change and they are never stable, and you can only try to influence them. As an example, a couple of years ago I created a gaming YouTube channel in hopes to play video games and make money off of it. My parents were judgmental and they didn't believe that anybody could make a living out of playing video games. Then, a couple of months later, one video blew up on my channel, which led me to have a partnership with YouTube and start to earn money. My parents were a little impressed by it, but a couple of months later, I started to lose interest in creating gaming videos and my income started to drop. After that, my parents kept asking me how much money I made every month, and when I said less and less each time, they kept saying, "Wow, so little this month." The point of this story is that they were not supportive when I started YouTube, and they were not supportive after I started earning some money. Because if you impress somebody, soon enough their expectations will rise too, and you will have to keep on trying to impress them more, which never ends. The only thing you can do when people say bad things about you is to listen, observe, and decide if you want to take it or not. It is in your control to take the insult, and it is also in your control to let it go. But to expect others to always treat you good because you treat them nicely as well is to expect that you have control over them, which is impossible. The reason why we have 2 ears and only 1 mouth is so we might listen more and talk less. Zeno. This practice is probably one of the most difficult ones for me to use in my daily life. Since I was a kid, I was a very hyperactive person. I enjoy talking with everyone all the time, and when I got into an argument with somebody, I would always try to prove my point and get heated disagreeing with people. This Stoic practice reminds me of how many conflicts and arguments can be resolved by just listening and observing more, and only giving my point of view and opinion if it's necessary and if the other person is willing to hear me out. In my workplace, I've encountered a few people who have their own opinions on life and have their own values. Even though I disagree with those values, I try to keep calm and patient without getting heated, and when some of them explain their way of life, which is actually void of any responsibility, I listen and add my point of view calmly. I remember this one girl who used to work with me, and she had pretty much no responsibility over her life. She would blame me for her mistakes, she couldn't take any type of criticism or a joke that would threaten her ego, and she just had an overall bad personality. Whenever we would start a conversation, she would somehow turn it into an argument. I would talk with her and share my point of view on any argument she would start to go into. And whenever I noticed that she was explaining her position without any real substance and using emotions as valid arguments, I would just go silent and listen to her ramble about it and passively nod my head, because I saw no point in continuing the conversation. I like how she would still get mad at me and call me egoistic and arrogant just because I didn't agree with her position. And when I saw no reason to argue, I would just become silent, which made her angry. I realized that this is a very powerful weapon. When you talk too much, you expose yourself and often share unwanted information, and without thinking properly, you resort to meaningless arguments like she did. My past self would have used a lot of mental energy to talk with that girl, but the present me realized when you need to talk and when you need to listen and observe without getting mad or heated. So these were the 3 Stoic life lessons that I practice in my daily life. Feel free to comment down below other Stoic practices that maybe you are practicing yourself, which let you live your life with more intention and meaning. And also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more self-improvement content. Thank you so much for watching, and stay on your journey.